I think they're like almost like 70, 80 bucks if I'm not wrong.
I don't know. Yeah. I think it was. I mean, it was cheap. That's for sure. That is for sure. So it's always
before anything.
And they're pretty good, yeah, man. So.
Oh, you put them in the cup?
No.
Oh yeah, me either.
I'm opening it though.
Cheers, bro.
I hate when it comes out of the little thing.
Why?
It feels like it's so much hotter.
For real?
I don't love like burning hot, so I always take the lid off and try to
let it cool off
a little bit.
I hate it burning hot, but I also don't like it with the lid off because then I drink it way too fast.
I mean, yeah, but then the ideas flow quicker.
That's a fact. To answer your question, bro, I came up with the idea last year actually, but then like the first hiccup I got, like the first kickback, I got so scared and I just put it off to the side.
So you had the idea of opening like your own gym and everything a year ago.
Yeah.
And, from, let's say 1 year from today, when was after you felt that fear, when did you like get back locked into it,
This is super cool. Thank you, bro. I just wanted to like emphasize you meeting with me today, bro. It means a lot. Thank you, bro. That's an awesome question. It was actually after the 100. So after the 100, you know how like people say they do something big and like they get depressed and stuff like that. I never believed in that. I never thought that could occur. But like I literally went through that. It was like a little like life crisis that I had at freaking like 20 years old. I had done the 100 and I was expecting like my life to change like so much after doing something so big. And I was like, okay, now what?
So let's just walk me through, because I know we talked about the 100 earlier, but, and you said you're 20?
I'm 21.
So you're 21? Yeah. Okay, so you're 21. So you're 20 years old at the time.
Yeah.
When did you start? So this is 2023 when you started training for 100-mile ultra marathon?
I'm sorry. Running back. I was 21. I had just turned 21. Okay. I'm 21 right now. So the race was about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about 6 months ago. I had just turned 21.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's May of 2023. No, 24.
Okay.
Right? And
no, the race was
training for...
The race was September 28th. So I started training January of 2024.
Okay. Yes. So you're training for this race and everything, which is, 100 miles is fucking crazy. So you're training for this race, and you're completing it in September. Mm-hmm. And so at the same time that you started training for the race was when you had that idea?
Exactly.
So you're like training for this race. You're like on fire, obviously, because you're training for something
Cloud
awesome.
9. It's like, oh my God, I found my life's purpose. Amazing.
Which is completely different than like the endurance world was where you were at the time. Were you in the bodybuilding world at all, really? Or so obviously you have to do some exercise.
Exactly. So not to deviate like too far off of like that topic, but I've always gym and ran.
Okay.
But my whole like intro to like fitness was running. Because in my head, I grew up like really fat. I was like less than 5 feet tall and I was 175. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, I need to starve myself and I need to run. I just thought that was the formula.
So you grew up not really playing sports?
No,
not
really I was terrible at it.
What were you doing? Were you like a nerd or like?
No, I was a class clown.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a class clown. It was
just doing every class needs one of those.
Exactly, yeah, bro. I was just doing anything for attention.
Okay.
Like literally anything and everything for attention.
Cool.
Because I was like so insecure with myself. Mm-hmm. So like, all right, if I can't like get the own security for myself, I'm gonna try to get it from someone else. So I would play sports in there. I was mediocre at them.
Right,
that's
like
when I was
pick up soccer and stuff, like just for fun.
In New York, born and raised over there. I moved here when I was 15, and when I moved here was when like I really had like the wake up call, because it was all right. I'm being all this class con, getting all this validation, whatever they said in the third. I'm still fat, and I'm flunking out of school. Like I'm point blank, I'm not going anywhere in my life. And everyone was getting like their acceptance letters, and I didn't get a single. I didn't even know what applying to college was. So I was like, when I had like the first switch in my life that I needed to like, all right, like, focus on something. And that time was school. Got my grades up, got into a bunch of schools, and that's either here or there. So during that time was, all right, I want to lose weight. I want to look good. I want to stop being fat. So I started running and starving myself. I would freaking eat 1 meal a day. I started running, and 1 mile turned into 2, 4, 6. I signed up for my first marathon, 2020. COVID happens. I'm still running throughout the entire time. And I ran a half marathon, whatever. I did my first marathon after like the whole pandemic ended, 2021. And then from there, like I was just always pushing for more. And then in 2022, a few months prior, I signed up to an Ironman in 2022, and it was of April. Yeah, it was around April, May, where after like a few financial decisions that my parents did, like we ended up homeless. And during that time, like it's very blurry because it was like so much stress that like I don't really remember it like too clearly. But like during that time of like so much stress of still running, you know, like I found the gym. So just going to the gym, hour and a half a day. For that, during that time, like I forgot I was homeless. I forgot my parents had no money, and I forgot that we were living out of our cars. So it was during that time. After I left the gym, everything just came back. I was working full time at Whole Foods, making minimum wage, trying to give like my parents money to pay for the hotel we were gonna stay at. 8 months, 8 to like 10 months pass. We finally get back on our feet. We got an apartment, and I was always gymming and running in between those two times. And it was actually during the time that we were homeless that I did my first Ironman. We had signed up, and it was basically God's grace. My dad got a job. He works in remodelation, so he remodels like bathrooms, homes, whatever. And he got a job, and he knew like how much it meant to go do the Ironman for me. I was already signed up and everything. And my sister, she's well off. She's she was still going. So he was like, oh, you know what? Just go support your sister. So he bought me the plane ticket. But I wasn't just gonna go over there to just support my sister. I'm gonna go do the race with her. So I hadn't trained in like a few months ever since we became homeless. So in a 3 weeks notice, I taught myself how to swim, and I picked my mileage back up, and I did the half Ironman. From there, I knew I had a gift of being able to go places like where I didn't know, because at that time, I did a half Ironman, but like I did it in 3 weeks training. So like I comprehended it, but I didn't comprehend like what my ability and like what my capabilities were. So then from there, it just opened up the door. Like, all right, I need to top this. I need to do something bigger. So I did a bunch more races. I started growing my following. My best friend started a team up in New York. They sponsored me for my first race, and then like I still like had that like want to like get people to validate me. So I was like, you know what? Like I need to run. I need to do something big. So I decided at that time to run 100 miles. I had started the prep of last year in January. In March, before my first sponsored race, I was on the phone with a girl trying to impress her. I do a handstand, and I break my toe. When I come back down, bro, I break my big toe. I literally fall down on my toe, and I instantly knew it was broken. Cause I knew I'd broken my finger before, and it was the exact same sound and feeling. So this was literally 2 days before my first sponsored race. So I wrapped that bitch up. I PR'd during the race, and then I got my toe checked out. It was like an acute fracture, okay. But when I ran the race, like it completely like detached. Yeah, I fucked it up even more. Yeah.
They're like, this came from a handstand. You're like, well,
exactly, yeah.
It started with the handstand.
So then, it happened in such a weird spot. The one spot out of your entire foot that barely gets any blood flow happened there. So I went a month without wearing a boot. So I thought like, all right, maybe if I just like take it off, I don't run, whatever. Finally, get x-rays, get in the boot for 2 months. So now I haven't ran from March of 2024 all the way now. We're looking until June. I got the boot off in June, tried running a mile. There was still a lot of pain. So I got put into like an orthotic sole, like a stiff plate.
Okay.
To just ease out of the boot but still get that support.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't run more than 5 miles a week because it would hurt too much. So I took July off as well. So now I haven't ran from the sponsor race, which was the first week of April. So now I have August and September left to prep for the 100. So I did my prep. I try to like increase my mileage as much as possible, like within like a safe span, which isn't safe. Like I increased my mileage way too fast. And
so then, you were doing like what, adding maybe 10 miles a week?
Yeah, basically.
So you just went like 10, 20, 30, 40?
Exactly.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So what was your top miles like? So that's a 4-month prep, right? So from June, July, really.
Yeah.
From July till September, 4-month prep.
So I ran January, February, March.
Right.
I was in top shape.
Yep.
Broke my toe.
Exactly.
I didn't run April, May, June, July, and I started training August.
August.
So I had all of August and all of September because the race was last week of September.
So it was only a 2-month prep.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So I did that. I got my mileage up to like around like 75, 80 miles a week.
Okay.
And did the race. Was the last person to finish. I finished the entire race by the cutoff was 32 hours. I did it by 31 hours and 30 minutes.
Wow, so you barely made it.
Yeah, I barely made it. Yeah, I made it to every checkpoint with like 8 minutes, 2 minutes, like
just enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well done, bro. I mean, dude, that's
I appreciate it.
The volume of I've never been an endurance guy, really. I mean, I've definitely done a lot of endurance training, and but the most I've ever run is 10 miles.
Yeah.
Like straight, and it was probably like 10-minute miles.
Yeah.
Which is probably what you were hitting, probably 10, 11-minute mile pace on the 100.
Yeah.
That would be right to get to 32, 31.
Literally.
Right, it's about
bro.
Like an 11 split.
Yeah, you hit that perfectly. Yeah, it was my average pace was like around like 11, 12 minutes a mile.
Yeah, that's fast. I mean,
thank you, bro.
That's crazy, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Super cool. And it's I think it's so cool that you recognize, what type of talent that is, because you have to have the physical genetic ability to do something like that. Not everybody is built genetically for endurance types of, some people are built for high speed, some people are high endurance. But then there's also the whole willpower side of it. And doing those things in a short period of time requires like so much dedication and discipline.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is basically, you said that you were scared of starting the business, and you had the idea and everything in January, and then you're going through these periods of time where not only are you realizing that you're talented as an athlete, but you have this mental ability to like lock in, basically.
Exactly.
Right? And so how does that, where do those things come back together?
So I know I deviated, but to tie everything back up together, right when I had gotten the idea, it was a few weeks prior to me like breaking my toe. So I got the idea, I got the first kickback, I broke my toe, and now I'm very self-aware, but obviously like I'm pretty young. I'm 20. I just turned 21. Still have a lot of learning to do. So I was like kind of like the first like mental adversity. Obviously I got in like life adversity and stuff like that, but like that was like the first kickback I got on top of already breaking my toe. So I was in a terrible like headspace, completely terrible headspace, sent me spiraling. Got scared. I was like, no, it's not gonna work. Whatever. I complete the 100, and that's where I was talking about like I kind of got in that state of like, all right, now what? Like kind of living off a purpose. Like I did these 100 miles. Like yes, I understand I have a gift, but bro, no one cares. Literally, no one cares.
Dude, it is true.
No one cares whether I ran 100 miles.
Which is I mean, I definitely have spoken with people on both sides of that coin. So everybody has the no one cares, work harder. That poster is everywhere. That quote is everywhere, and it resonates with a lot of people. But another thing, I think I relate to you a lot in some of the insecurity things as being one of those reasons why I got involved in the fitness industry.
Yeah, I think most men do.
Yeah, right?
They're just too afraid to talk about it.
Yeah, dude, totally. But on the flip side of that I've been, I think, personally working on trying to think of like life through this lens is like a lot of people care.
Yeah.
Like, because the thing is, inspiring one life or inspiring two lives, right, means the world.
Yeah.
Everything that you have just been talking about your, in your own journey meant the world to you.
Yeah.
And if that meant the world to one other person,
that means the world to you.
That means the world to them.
Exactly.
So in that one side of like, I stopped saying that, like nobody cares.
Yeah.
I honestly stopped saying it.
It serves that's perfect.
It's a
it
cool
serves no purpose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is cool. It's a cool mentality to like, work harder, be better. But I think personally, with even the insecurities that I do feel and stuff, I think I started a lot of the things that I started because of the same reasons. Wanted people to like me, had low self-esteem. I still feel that way.
Yeah.
And like when I come to like, oh, well, I only have this many members at my gym, or I only have this many followers, or I put up this post with a poll and like only 10 people like responded, out of my 4,000, 3,000 followers, whatever. But like those 10 people like responded, you know, like those people are so important. And sometimes I think it is hard with social media and everything to give it like a, how impactful that it is to get one response and 2 responses. Like every response is not just when you dump it into that bucket and you say like, oh, somebody has 1 million followers, I have 3,000.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's
well, that's awesome you say that.
It's a hard shift.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really it doesn't really make a difference on how hard we work.
That's a fact.
If anything, it actually still makes me work harder. Because if I know that nobody cares, work harder, well, why? Well, no, somebody's going to care, work harder. Yeah. That's a better reason.
Much more. Yeah,
that's a better reason for, at least for me, you know? But that's been something recent.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you saying that.
That's cool, awesome. Right?
For real.
Yeah, dude. I have to give credit to another coach that she was the one that really. So it's her name is Rachel, and she coaches like high school weightlifting in Coral Springs, and we've talked about just have some conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
And she said that to me one day, and it like blew my mind.
Yeah.
Because I did come from some of the coaching that I had received. Was very like that type of mentality, like, you know, the world against you and like nobody's better than us, you know, and like we're the best. All that stuff is great. But like, I don't know, dude, she said that shit to me and I was,
no, it just hits.
I was like, damn, like, yeah, I should be just as excited if it's 1, 2, or 3 as I would be as if it's 10, 11 and if it's 1,000 and 10,000 and 10 million. Like I gotta, you know, like, so.
I think you hit that perfectly. And I've been, because I do work alongside the clothing brand that I manage for them and stuff, and like seeing, like I work alongside like the person that started it, and they have a bunch of followers or whatever, and it's usually always the same people commenting, liking their stuff, but those are basically like they're like raving fans, and all right, like cool, they have a bunch of followers and stuff like that, but in your example, you said you had 4,000 people that follow the account, right? Those 4,000 people are watching, you know, they don't have like the mental capacity to be able to give like those kudos to.
You don't want it?
No.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
throw it away.
Yeah. Like what I was saying was
yeah, may as well.
What is the tattoo you have on your leg? Trying to make
it's
it out.
it's a flamingo saxophone.
That's what I
Yeah, I was at this really cool concert, and it was an image on the screen, and I play a lot of musical instruments. Saxophone's one of my favorite, and I took a picture of it, I brought it to it. I was like, hey, you gotta.
That is unique.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
I didn't even notice it.
I'm looking for a jazz place in the area. Do you know any?
Like a jazz bar, somewhere to listen to jazz in the area. No.
Just sit down, relax. I'm sorry.
No,
Don't be
sorry.
at all. No, unfortunately, a lot of the music out here is pretty dead. It used to be like 10 years ago, so nice. They used to have open mic night here. Yeah, they used to have open. I've actually played like guitar and stuff right there, maybe 20, 30 times.
What?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Fort Lauderdale Jazz Club. It's literally called Fort Lauderdale Jazz Club. It's pretty nice. And if you search up Miami jazz events, it's, you know, yeah, not everything is the best, but we don't live in Louisiana, you know. So, right? I know. I love jazz clubs. It's like my favorite place to be. Yeah. Have a great day, guys.
I'm just writing down what you said. The small group of people that do care means a lot.
You know, like people. So like, I'm maybe starting this podcast, right? Because this is the second time that I've had a recorded conversation. The first time was actually an accident. I was like lifting, and I had a video that I was like recording one of my sets and talking with one of my friends, and I just didn't stop the video. And like I went to grab my phone, and it's 50-minute long recording. I was like, man, like, you know what? That conversation was awesome. I started listening to it back, and I was like, you know what? Like, let me try this again. You know. Yeah. So all the like people that do podcasts in like fancy studios and stuff. But I feel like this is really cool. Well, I don't know how the audio will come out, but
if there's one thing I ask at all this, bro, please post it.
Yeah, I will. No, I will.
Post it, and even not even for like people to like engage and whatever, bro, just for yourself. And just for me too, because that way, like, dude, when we sit down again in the next 2 years, be like, listen, it was from this conversation that not only I was able to grow my business, but we're able to establish a relationship that not even money can buy. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah.
Like, we're able to look back at it in future times like, wow, like, we were talking about this, and look where we are down the line.
Totally. Yeah.
So yeah, bro, please.
I love
please
that.
post it.
No, I will. I will.
Yeah.
I posted the other one just on like my personal YouTube account.
Yes.
And like the
Make sure
audio
to
is horrible.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But like I've been kind of like my use of social media. I've never really used social media as a way to engage audiences as the purpose until starting my business.
Yeah.
I always use social media just like document my own life, right? So it's actually weird because I'm really normal. It's just like, yeah, cool, post whatever. Like I don't care about quality. I don't care about, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna post it. So,
but I completely understand like the whole engagement part. But like that's kind of like in the world we live now. Like if it's not engaging and stuff like that, people won't unless you're doing it for like other for you to digest it as well, but for other people to listen to it as well. Like it has to be some type of engaging. Obviously, like we're starting off, so I would just say, all right, you said the first one the audio was bad. On this one, post it literally just like that. The mic's out, just like this. Go to CapCut, upload it like when you have your CapCut open, just isolate the voices. So that way, like all this noise, all you're gonna hear is me and you, and that makes it like if we were in a freaking studio.
Do you use it on the computer? Because I did try to put it in CapCut to isolate the voice, but it wouldn't isolate more than like a 10-minute clip. So I went to do the 10-minute clip. It took like 6 minutes, and I was like, bro, I'm not doing this like 7 more times.
It's because the file is too big.
Does it work better on the computer?
1,000%.
Okay.
So because the computer version's a lot, the software's a lot bigger for it to digest like stuff like this.
Okay.
Because people edit like whole like movies and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I was wondering that, and I was like, you know what? Dude, I've had these mics for like 2 years and probably used them like 5 times.
That was the same thing with my camera. I had it for about a year. I had to build up the courage. I was already doing so much stuff for other people's approval that the one thing I wanted to do for myself, it took like forever.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard. Like we haven't started talking really about what we sat down to talk about.
No, bro, this is way more
business,
important,
right?
Yeah, this is way more important.
But like when you're in business, right? You have to do it for people's approval.
Of course. Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't make money. Like you have to engage people. People have to like what you're saying, doing, selling, offering.
Yeah.
Like for it, otherwise you don't make money. And your industry will tell you whether or not you're doing a good or bad job automatically. Like and
engagement, people wearing your stuff.
Totally.
Or the examples I give is from like the brand that I work for.
Right.
And I think it's literally like catering towards like what's popular, but putting your own spin to it. Of course, the brand won't make any money if it's not what the people want at the time, but with their own twist. Same thing with like a gym, a restaurant, and stuff like that, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So I think for me with business, right? So like I said, I kind of came from. So my background is actually in music. So when I grew up playing music. I was never into sports or anything.
Band?
I was in a lot of like rock bands. I did tours like so.
Where?
Yeah,
it's awesome. That's freaking fire,
dude. It was sick,
well traveled.
Yeah, pretty decent. Like
That's awesome.
One of the longest tours we did was from here in Florida. We went all the way up the East Coast, all the way to New York. Actually to Jersey.
Badass.
Yeah, so it was a two and a half weeks. Right.
Well, you know how like unique and that there's such a small percentage of people that actually do that.
It was sick, dude. So we go up all the way to Jersey. We go back down through Texas and like South Carolina, Tennessee, all that kind of stuff. So like a little east to mid, not even Midwest, but East Coast plus a little bit of that mid area.
Rock?
Yeah, it was like a punk rock band. Like
so you were actually living like the rock style lifestyle.
Dude, that was what. Yeah, that was
that's
like
badass, bro. That's fire.
Yeah, dude.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was sick. So like, I think music is the same. Where it's like, well, I'm playing music because I love to play music. I'm expressing what I feel. I'm trying to make things that I like to hear. But at the same time, of course, if people don't want to listen to your shit because you suck or whatever, it's not their preferred genre, whatever, like, you're not going to be successful. You can't go and do that stuff, like. So it's always, I don't think it ever really became for me about doing things that people want to engage with until I really owned a business, until I really owned a facility that I was like, holy crap, I have to like pay $6,000 a month plus pay my employees plus whatever, like. So I think in the last, from opening this facility, I've been in the business of gyms and coaching for about 6 years, but I opened this facility a year and a half ago. I was renting space and had profit sharing agreements in other facilities before, so I wasn't really the one that was responsible for those facilities. I was just renting some space there, or had a profit sharing agreement, right? So like if I made no money, I didn't have any rent to pay. The owner of that gym didn't make no money either, right? So it was like low risk.
So was it? Because I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding that. Was it basically an example like this unit right here?
Right.
You rented it to rent it out to other people.
So what I would do is there would be, you know, a CrossFit gym, right? So there's a CrossFit gym in Pembroke Pines called Driving Force CrossFit.
Okay.
I had an agreement with the owner, you know, that I'll have my classes in, you know, this area. So let's say the gym is, you know, this area, cool. I'll have my classes 3 times a week, whatever, in this area right here. And I'll pay the owner, you know, 35% of anything that comes in.
Okay.
So that he gets 35%, I get 75%. If I get 0, I don't have rent to pay. I don't have anything.
There's 0 downside to it.
Exactly, right?
Just straight upside.
Right. So it was a really great way to get involved in running my own program and like learning how to do all that stuff. But there was no like, if I failed, like, what's the big deal? Anything is profit, right? Whereas in the last 2 years, basically, if I fail, like, okay, now I'm losing money.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, okay, like now I don't have money to pay people.
Yeah.
Now, so like in the last year, I think one of the worst things that mentally, for the most part,
is payroll.
No, just trying to make things that people want.
Okay.
Instead of just doing and expressing myself.
Okay.
You know, like I always express myself. I express myself in music. I expressed myself in fitness and competing. Same way that, you know, you're talking about running your marathon and everything. But when I felt like I was struggling too much, I started looking at like, yo, what do I need to do to engage people? You know, what do I like? Oh, I need to post stuff like this. Oh, I need to like offer content like that. Like, I don't care about making that kind of content. I don't care about making that type of post, right? Like, I'm not making a design that I love to make. I'm doing something I think people will like. Because I'm like, I have to pay, I have to get the money. So whatever people think that they like, but people don't like inauthenticity either. You know, like, and so it's like, I got caught up in that, and even caught up in like, you know, learning how to build websites and marketing and doing all that stuff on my own. Trying to build stuff that people like. I'm trying to, you know, which like, at the end of the day, you know, you just do what you like. You do what you want. You build what you want. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Move on.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I think selling some things, even offering certain types of classes that I didn't really want to coach, you know?
Yeah, you were just doing it just for the money.
I was like, okay, people want to do soccer training. I love soccer. Played soccer in college a little bit. You know, but I don't love training people to play soccer. So doing it, I wasn't passionate about it.
Yep.
Those classes weren't that good.
Yep.
And like those clients that ultimately didn't really stay.
Because they see that you're not as invested in it.
Right. Yeah. Now I have soccer players that are doing my weightlifting program. They're crushing it, getting awesome results. The benefits of weightlifting, like, you know, you go to the gym and you go to do running. Like, as a runner athlete at the time,
I need to be strong enough to be able to handle that much mileage. Same thing.
Exactly. Like for any sport, you need the gym.
That's a fact.
You should be doing the gym 2 to 3 times a week.
Yes.
All year, every sport.
Yes. Yes.
And you don't have, you in the gym, you shouldn't be mimicking your, you know, taking a med ball, baseball, so I got to do this. No, bro, you should be squat, deadlift, basic strength and conditioning for your joints, tendons, and muscles. Like,
that's a fact.
And it's that education is something that I think, I don't know, I mean, I would say definitely South Florida, where so many kids are playing on 2 different sports teams and practices 5 days a week and games on the weekend. And it's like, dude, they're 13 or 14 years old. Like, they're great at soccer, but they're missing all of this like other stuff that's going to make them
greater.
Yeah, you know, or elite level. Like, you want to really be elite. It doesn't mean playing soccer 6 days a week when you're 12. And
learning the body, learning the strategies.
Right.
You know, obviously playing, getting the motion down, but outside of it, strength training, recovery.
Yep.
I neglected that so much. I thought doing more was better. No.
Yeah, more is not always better.
At all.
Totally.
At all, bro.
Yeah, so that's like that's definitely something that I've struggled with as far as the authenticity of, you know, when stuff is like, oh my God, I have to pay these bills.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, I know we talked a little bit about what type of things you want to have at the gym. It's not a Pilates class.
No.
but you find, at least I found myself like, oh, maybe I should hire a yoga instructor to come in and teach them yoga a couple of days, you know, like, bro, it's a
bodybuilding gym.
My gym is a weightlifting gym.
Yeah.
It's not a yoga gym. Yeah. Not that yoga is not bad. Yoga is amazing, bro. Yoga is incredible. But if we're doing something for the wrong reasons, then we shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
People see right through that.
I think so, dude.
Right through that, bro.
Yeah.
They feel it, bro.
Yeah.
They really do, bro.
Yeah, man.
Just how when you ask, like, perfect example, you ask someone to do something, they don't want to do it, but they still do. Like, all right, bro, I'll do it. Like, all right, you don't want to do it. You're just saying yes because, you know, you have to. Because you feel what I'm saying?
Totally.
I completely understand.
And the job doesn't get done as
how you
good.
want it, exactly.
Or how you want it. Yeah, and you're like,
I wonder why it wasn't done correctly because they don't want to do it.
Yep.
Damn, bro, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that with me. It's
been cool, dude. I think another really fun thing, let's say if I thought maybe one of the things that I've been the most successful in, so I've had 6 employees over the last year and a half, right? All part-time, all ages 17 to 23. So like young people that were looking for, like literally walking in off the street, like, hey, are you guys hiring? Right? I'm like, of course I'm hiring. What do you want to do? I'm like, oh, well, what job is there? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? That's what I asked every person.
Okay.
Right? Because, like, dude, if you don't want to be a coach, like, people need jobs, right? You're, for whatever reason, you maybe let's say it's something severe like you're homeless or something like that, or just, you know, hey, I didn't want to make some money to pay for my girlfriend, whatever, right? So people are going to look anywhere for a job. So we have people, like, literally walk in. So one of the coaches that works for me, he's been working for me for a year now, literally just walked in. He's like, well, I've gone to the gym before, and I like working out. Yeah. Like, cool, dude. Let's do a workout. Yeah. We did a workout. I was like, cool, you think you could teach somebody how to do this workout? He's like, yeah. I love to teach somebody how. Day one, you know, like, he was just immediately had so much fun teaching kids how to work out. Right?
Were you able to notice that when you were working out with him? Like, you're like, okay, I
no, he
see
sucked.
This really?
I was like, all right, cool. Do us, like, so, you know, so I coach Olympic weightlifting, which means we need the maximum flexibility for all the movements, right? Okay. Which I know bodybuilding, you know, you should be training full range of motion and
but
everything.
They're not mobile. They can barely reach behind their back.
So, right. When you get to a certain size, or even some bodybuilding shouldn't be full range of motion to get different. But for weightlifting training and also for kids, it's always full range of motion because we want to develop flexibility. And, you know, even now I'm like slouching, bro. Like I should be sitting up straight.
Strength through all ranges of motion.
So he's like doing a squat or whatever. And kid played soccer, very good at soccer, you know, whatever. Like does a squat, barely can squat like below parallel. I was like, what the? Like had him do like an overhead press. He's like over here. I'm like, bro, can you like
come all the way back?
Like, yeah, come back. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing that right.
Oh shit.
So it didn't even matter what his ability was. Yeah. It mattered that he wanted to do it.
Be there. Okay. Yes, I completely understand that.
You know?
Yep.
Now, bro, dude squats, you know, whatever, like 250 pounds.
Overhead.
All the way down. He can snatch full squat and everything like that. It was like 115 pounds or so. Like, and he doesn't love like training weightlifting like that. He likes working out, you know, kind of like bodybuilding, functional fitness, like. But he loves teaching. Yeah. He loves like seeing other people push towards their goals. And I'm like, dude, sick. And it didn't really matter where his skill was. It mattered that what he wanted to do. Yeah. And he's like one of my most successful coaches. And I think that when I looked for people, hey, guys, I have this front desk job. I need somebody to input these files and make these phone calls. Is anybody interested? Oh, yeah, I'll make some money. Cool. Yeah. I didn't ask them, like, what they wanted to do. Was it that? No, obviously not. Because when I was like, yo, where's it? This didn't happen. Oh, no, that didn't happen. Right? Like, it was just obvious that wasn't really. Versus, you know, there was another girl that works for me, and she ended up going to police academy and moving to Vegas. Oh, wow. So that's why she doesn't. But she was like, yo, like, I want to help out at the front desk. Yeah. And she crushed it. She would like sign people up, call people back, take all the notes, do everything. Like,
and you're like, wow.
I was like, dude, like you're crushing this, like so good. Like, I gotta like pay you some more money, you know, like.
She earned her value.
Totally, dude. Like people that want to do something, you know, like, will just do it. Yeah. And then you know, you just okay, cool. Like, let me like try to, you know, you're creating value, so let me give you more value, put more money in your pocket. And then you have
create
this,
you more value, and then it's a never-ending cycle.
dude. And then you have a
positive
snowball.
never-ending cycle.
Exactly, dude. It's been, I think, one of the best things that I've been able to do in this business so far.
Would you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's just that. It's just that. It's just letting people do what they want to do.
Would you say it's the environment you created that made people want to do that?
Yeah, it's weird, dude. Like, personally, I don't love my gym. Energy aesthetic. Like, it's not necessarily the place that I want to be in.
Okay.
Right? So, my gym is really bright. It's like blue and open and like very family friendly, right? Mm-hmm. And like I'm like a grungy metalhead dude with a bunch of tattoos.
I see your aesthetic. Like, I would, without me seeing your gym, I would already assume, all right, there's like some flags. You know, it's a little bit darker. There's like some like skulls on the wall. You know, type of aesthetic.
Totally. But that's where I'm like stuck a little bit. I'm like, well, you know, like families and stuff, they don't want their kids going to some like crazy death metal looking place.
Of course.
You know, they need someone that feels safe and inviting for them, right? So like when I'm in there sometimes I'm like, man, like I just like, you know, like don't love it here.
Yeah.
Like the place that I want to.
Does that hurt?
Sometimes, right?
I would imagine it to be.
But at the same time, to answer your question, the energy of the people creates everything.
Exactly.
Once, like if I'm sitting there alone, I'm like, you know, it's not me.
Yeah.
But once like 3 people walk in the door,
and they bring the energy, that's what you're there for. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. It's like then, and I hope that I'm playing a role in creating that environment of, you know, positivity and like, hey, let's get to what you want to get to.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, that's your dream? Cool. Like, let's figure that out. Let's figure out how to get there. You know, like, so once that happens, like that interaction with either a staff member, an athlete, a client, you know, someone that just is like wants to lose some weight at any level, the room becomes like the coolest place ever.
That's awesome.
You know?
That's awesome. Bro, I have zero. I'm actually starting it right now. I have zero knowledge on any of this. So I'm just literally speaking out of what literally you told me. Wouldn't it feel like a lot more like badass, like if you like put like the skulls and all that? So now you have like the energy of the people,
right?
And you just said, you know what? Let me just see if I could do. This is me, like, and I don't mean it like in a rude way.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like, why don't you just try it? Obviously, that's so much. Like I said, dude, I do not own a gym. I don't know any of the stretches and stuff like that.
Right.
But
why not? Right? Because right. If something was more authentic.
Yeah.
Right. I'm. There's some things, obviously, like the financials, like of some of the things that I would love to do, right? Financially, it's like not a good decision right now. You know, I'm like, okay, like we have an extra $200, $300, you know, in profit every month right now. It's like we're really small.
Yeah.
Is putting that $300 on fixing the aesthetic to be what I want going to give me the power to like do this at a better level, open another facility, all that stuff right now? Probably not.
Okay.
Like, people love to be there. People, like, when I designed the gym, you know, I used yellow, blue, and black because those colors have the energies of those colors, which is, like, you know, calming, and yellow is a sense of, like, urgency and a sense of, like, speed, right? And it's very, very small tints of yellow. Most of it's blue, which blue is, like, calming for a gym. What? Yeah. But, yeah, because, like, we want a family to feel calm to leave their kid here.
Yeah.
Right? And it works.
That on the money, yeah.
Like, it works.
Colorway.
You know, the colorway of whatever place that you're making, totally, you know, you go to these restaurants that are black and red. They're romantic, sexy restaurants in Miami.
Yes.
You know? You go to, like, restaurants that are, I think it's, like, green and black is, like, places that you're supposed to leave quickly. I don't remember all of them. Yeah. But it's really cool when you look at the color signs of, like, what emotions certain colors bring out, you know, like
100%,
purple is, 1,000%. You know, supposed to be like wealthy and royal. It like has like a sense of like luxury. Luxury. Okay. You know, so you go places that have like these purple couches and pillows and stuff. It's like very Indian culture.
Yes.
You know, like.
Bro, you hit that on. Damn, that's actually fire. Like Disney, it just, you saying that, I remember hearing Disney uses like green to like hide some other stuff like you don't even see.
Exactly.
But I think you really hit that on the money because I've been taking business trips, just like freaking other gyms and like seeing how they're doing. And I went to like what I've seen like in the bodybuilding space right now, Elevation. there's like the #1 talk like in like gyms right now and like bodybuilding and stuff, right? Their couches spread out throughout the gym. Now that you said it, they're purple.
Yeah.
They charge a very high premium.
Totally.
But now it's all making a lot of sense.
It's crazy, right?
It's awesome, bro.
And they have, you know,
it's cool. That's what it is.
It's super cool.
It's
so
interesting.
They have gray, right, which is neutral.
Yeah.
So gray as a neutral color just helps people not to feel like, you know, black is like dark, or like white is like
kind of like stepping your foot in the water, but not too deep.
So it appeals to everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But then their logo has red.
Yep.
And it's a bodybuilding gym. It's for people to go be sexy.
Exactly. Yeah, bro.
And they have those highlights of red on the wall and everything.
Yep.
I think they have the red speckles in the floor.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm not sure.
I only went to one though. I only went to one location, so I can't really speak.
You know, some of them, bro. All of that stuff is like, especially the bigger that the business is. You know, like there's lots of Equinox and stuff like that. Yeah. Gray palettes as well. Lifetime. Anatomy.
They're very big on red.
Yeah.
Very
tons of red.
Big on red.
Yep. Lifetime. Have you been to one of those? Dude, those are sick. They're beige. Their main color palette is beige.
Luxury.
It's luxury. Right? It's luxury, and it's like it's home.
Yeah.
Because Lifetime, not only do they have their gyms, but they have all the spa facilities inside. It's luxury only. Yep. Like they have the big pools. A lot of them have apartments on the top of.
The one in Coral Gables. Yes, they do. They do. Yes, they do. They do.
So like, they want you to feel like you just went downstairs from your apartment into your home gym that has wood floor and beige on the walls.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm at my house doing my workout.
Okay. Wow.
It's
like stuff you already know, but like hearing it again, you know, in like a different point of view, like that makes a lot of sense.
And when you're planning those things out, so like, let's say would I go back and change the colors of my gym? I thought about it, but no.
Okay.
Because like it is serving the purpose of like what I want to achieve. You know, I started this gym to help adolescents get into shape. Like I never had something that helped give me a foundation in fitness and stuff. And so after my music career, I went to college. Throughout those years in college, I got really overweight. So I was, 200 pounds. I'm 5'8". 200 pounds, totally out of shape.
Shorter guys, looks a lot heavier than 200 pounds. Like on a shorter guy, looks a lot heavier. That's like you're totally. I would say average height. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
I'm on the shorter side. I'm 5'5".
Right.
So being under 5 feet,
it's
anything,
tough.
A lot. Okay, like 200 pounds on someone at 6 feet does not look bad at all.
Right.
But like the shorter you are, it looks
totally. And so I didn't have any background and like getting into fitness and everything and like all the positive, benefit, feeling more energy, feeling more positive about my body, like feeling, especially for me, feeling like I could do things. Like I didn't too much care how my body looked. I was never super into bodybuilding, but I loved being able to do cool things.
Yeah.
Like do muscle ups, snatch, clean and jerk, so every time I would handstand walk without breaking my toe.
For real. I promise I have not done a hand. Yeah, I'm sorry if I kicked you.
You're good.
I haven't done a handstand since.
I'll teach you some handstands, bro.
Yeah, I've been
we'll do them safely.
Petrified, bro.
Yeah. So that was like what I got so inspired to do. Eventually, I was like, well, I need to eat a little better to be able to do these things better, right? I was like, okay, well, automatically what happens when you start doing something in fitness that you love and training it hard and trying to do the things to make it better, like, okay, I want to squat 400 pounds. Well, I need more protein, need more muscle.
Yeah.
Okay, so orienting my fitness around my goals of performance, the other things, if I want it, I got to eat the protein.
Yeah.
And then my body changed as a byproduct
of chasing your goal. Okay, yes.
Right?
I completely understand you, yes.
And so that's what I think that reaches kids. Because, like, bro, you're going to talk to any kid that's out of shape, 12 years old, 13 years old, they're dealing with some of those self-esteem issues and everything like that. And they're going through what you experienced, right? And those insecurities. And I think kind of like what you said is, well, they wanted to do something to change something about their image, which would help boost their perception, right?
Which they did, but it came with this many benefits.
But it happened again.
Yes.
But it happened again. You still wanted to do something else to change your perception. You still, I got to run this other race.
Yeah.
I got to do this other thing so people will think it's cooler. Versus what I think is the best approach is like, okay, cool. Hey, look, you really like doing this thing, right? Like, yeah. You feel good if you do that? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do these things so you can squat this much. All of a sudden they start losing weight and people are like, yo, dude, you lost a bunch of weight. You're like, oh yeah, man, I'm trying to squat this, I'm trying to squat 100 pounds. Like, Oh, that's sick. You squat 100 pounds? Wow, you're so strong. Oh, boom. People are complimenting you.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Okay,
because
yes,
you're talking
100%.
about things you want to do, and people are drawn naturally towards like wanting to do things.
Yes.
You know, not necessarily like, oh, well, yeah, I look like this because I'm hot. Or, you know, like my muscles are big, which is awesome. Like, you know, and no knock on bodybuilding at all, because bodybuilding has so much discipline, so much reason for it as well. You know, like I think it's more personally what I resonate with and what I think kids resonate with more than adults.
1,000%.
You know?
1,000%.
And I think mentally, kids need to learn how to chase goals more.
Yes.
You know, instead of just being like mindlessly scrolling on TikTok and stuff like that. So when we talk about, you know, parents come in, hey, my kid needs to lose weight, blah, blah. I'm like, that's dope. We're going to get him there. But the way that we're going to get him there is by getting him excited about doing something.
Yep. Because the more you're excited, it won't feel like a task. It'll feel like something like,
right.
Know, like, I want to do it.
Exactly. It's like
I don't have to think twice about doing it.
Right. Don't eat those chips. Like, bro, I want to eat the chips. I want the chips. I want the chips, bro. Like, yo, like, all right, I get it. You know, like, you want to do this. Like, you want to qualify for nationals.
Yep.
Is chips going to help you to get to nationals? Like, damn, bro, chips is not going to help
you. It tastes good. But
if I want to go to nationals, like, I'm just not going to eat the chips.
Yeah. Yep.
And all of a sudden, they start making these decisions. You know, these are 12. A lot of the kids that we work with are middle school ages, like, you know, 10 to 14 and 15 years old. All of a sudden, like, they're the ones that are like, yeah, like, I want to eat some vegetables because, like, I saw Coach Paul. He squats 400 pounds. He, you know, eats chicken and vegetables and rice and stuff, and like talks about why. You know, and they want to learn why. Like, what's the reason for eating vegetables and stuff? I tell most kids, like, you don't have to eat vegetables.
Yeah.
Vegetables are not that important. You know, take some vitamins. Vitamins are important.
Of course.
But eat these proteins. You know, focus on the big things first. Like, eat some protein in there. And all of a sudden, it's like, okay, cool. I gotta eat this protein. Now they're so full because they ate 5 ounces of chicken.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't want those chips.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, it's so cool.
Exactly. It's a whole like mindset switch.
Yeah.
And you get to see it. And I think that's what I'm most excited for. How like fulfilling is that, like, as like the owner, and like you being the reason as to why people are having like those positive changes. Because for me, that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Dude, it's so cool. You know, it's something that I feel like what I was saying with some of the financial hardship, I wasn't getting or taking the time to appreciate those things enough.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, we've made so many impacts on so many kids, you know, that even if they're not even part of the gym now, I'm sure for a fact that line of thought is not something that's, I think, normal. Like, oh, okay, like, putting it out there, like, all right, you want to do that? Okay, you want to do that, right? Not the parent forcing, like, oh, that's what you want to do. Okay, cool. Like, here's some steps about doing it like that. If you do these steps, you'll get to this place that you want to be at.
Yeah.
And you can choose any place that you want to go to. And for kids hearing that, like, I think it lasts with them, you know?
100%.
I think it really does.
Run that back one more time. I got confused towards the end. Run it back one more time. I'm sorry.
You know, when kids find out that they can find something, be given some steps on how to get there, and it's what they want to do, not because, oh, society thinks I'm fat.
Okay.
That's not good.
Now I understand you. Okay.
You know, it's like, okay, I want to run a 6-minute mile. You know, or I want to run a mile without stopping.
And you're giving the tools to do it.
Here's the tools.
Exactly. It makes their like their want to be able to achieve that goal even bigger, because they already wanted to do it, but they didn't know how to.
Exactly.
Now you gave them the tools.
Right.
Now, okay, I completely understand you.
So starting there, okay, what's like, you know, that's where I start with new clients. Like, okay, what's your goal? Like, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to look better, you know, for adults. I want to look better. I want to, you know, go to the family reunion. And I want to like people to tell me that I look great. Okay, cool. You know, like, why do you want that?
Yeah. It starts to get deeper. And now they'll have like all right, you know what? I want to look better. I want to look good at the wedding. Okay. Why do I want to look good at the wedding? So that people like, you know, can compliment me, stuff like that. So I'll feel good, you know. But like they start to build like those tiny reinforcements towards like that bigger goal.
Exactly. Or people with health things, you know, why do you want to do this training? Oh, my doctor said I need to build more muscle, you know, for these reasons and everything like that. Okay, cool. Like, so what's that going to do for you? Oh, well, I'm going to, you know, like, oh, I'm going to be able to like have a better life and everything. Like, okay, that's sick. So like to get you there, here's the tools.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And then from there, all right, hey, look, it's going to take 5 months for this and this. It's going to take 3 weeks for, this is what you're going to feel. This is the journey. Anybody that starts in fitness is like, yeah, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And people don't necessarily know that either. You expect to go to college for 4 years, get a degree, get a job, right? Like, how it works. I don't think everybody knows what it takes to look a certain, they expect they're going to go to the gym for like a month or 2 months and they're going to be like, yeah, I got abs. Like, yo, girl, that does not happen.
That is the realest. I've been endurance training. I started endurance training to get abs, to lose weight. Did not get the abs. Started lifting and running. I did running itself for 7 years, and I did lifting and running for like 3 or 4 years. After the 100, I wanted nothing to do with running. I completely accepted that, like, I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and I wanted to do something I wanted to do, which was bodybuilding. I got a coach. Within 3 weeks, I had abs.
Yeah, right?
It was insane.
Yeah.
I thought I knew the world. Like, I need to burn as many calories and stuff like that, which, yes, it does come in, but there's a lot more stuff that goes into it.
What was, like, let's say, top 3 things that you were doing wrong that he helped you to do right?
Nutrition, 100%. Okay. I thought I had it unlocked. I did not have that shit. My volume, I was doing way too much. So I was running 1 to 2 hours a day and then having a workout after that and taking everything to failure. Which is good. I was training very, very hard. But now I was sleeping like 5 to 6 hours during that like big time of like stress or whatever. I already had way too much cortisol mentally from all the stuff that was happening in my life. And now I have the cortisol of running, 6-7 miles, and then even more cortisol from doing a whole like bodybuilding style workout. Exactly. So my body was recovering, but like it wasn't building. Yeah. It was just recovering for me to be able to do it again the next day.
Right.
So now I was asking myself, all right, why? I'm training so freaking hard. Why do I still look? I ran 100 miles fat. Like I was
right.
How
am I possibly so? Like you see fat people that do backflips, and you're like,
how is that possible? Literally, yes.
Like what?
So then I work out max 5 times a week now. Still very hard. I have a diet that not only allows me to recover, but I'm able to build on top of it.
Right. So I'm gonna guess when he updated your diet, did he add like 100 carbs a day to what you were eating?
That and my protein.
Added protein or took away?
So I was doing usually the rule of thumb is always like 0.7 to a gram per pound, right?
Yep.
Which what I was doing. I was weighing like 155 at the time. I was having like 150 to 160 grams of protein.
Okay.
What he explained to me was, yes, that's very true for the normal person. My body needed, if I was going to be doing A, B, and C, my body needed a lot more to be able to recover and now build.
Yeah.
Recovering is one thing itself. Building that's like another completely different thing. So he increased almost everything.
Right.
My body literally
shreds up, right?
Absorbed everything.
It's crazy, right?
Within 3 weeks, I had abs. It was insane. I saw my body change between night and day. I know it sounds crazy, but like
no, dude, that's one of the hardest things to do, especially with people who either went through those like, let's say unhealthy methods, like starving yourself to lose weight, which works to a point, but then you can't build what you want to look like, right? Like you want to look like you have toned arms. You know, every like woman wants like, I want to like have good hips, right?
Hourglass.
Toned arms, right? Cool. So I starved myself, everything. It's like then I started taking them on as a nutrition client. I'm like, you have to eat like 200 more grams of carbs a day, like this much more rice. No rice, and it's really hard psychologically for people to wrap their heads around or like get started with that.
To change like their paradigm because they already have such certain beliefs towards this. Like, hey, all right, maybe you got that belief from Schmo Joe that you trusted,
and it works to an extent. So that's another thing is like, well, when I weighed 200 pounds. Not me, let's say, if it was a woman, that'd be really heavy, right? Like 200 pounds and I lost 40 pounds by starving myself, like for sure. But now how do you go from still, you weigh 160, like you're supposed to weigh like 130.
Yeah.
Like that part is not going to happen by the same.
Starving yourself,
It won't happen. Yeah. It doesn't work to get you to where you really want to be.
And that during that period of time, saying she starved herself for 3 months, if she would have been like on a good plan, she probably could have lost even more weight. if she would have known what she was doing.
Right, or
I
at
didn't know anybody.
least recomposition.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's literally what my body did.
Yeah.
Literally, I didn't know what body recomp was. I didn't even think it was real. That is the realest shit in the fucking world.
it's crazy, right?
It's insane.
Yeah,
Now
dude.
he dialed it back. Now my body isn't as depleted. I
Mhm.
mean, like anywhere from like 180 to like 190. So I'm still training like pretty hard. But body recomp's the realest shit in the
Yeah.
fucking world.
Especially for people that are just starting out.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, and especially for people that are overweight.
Yeah.
Like I get an overweight client, I'm like, we're gonna have so much fun.
Bye,
Yep.
guys.
Bye. Have a good one.
Have a great one, guys. Hey, I wonder if I have no, but I don't even know if I have any left in here. I don't. It must be in my car. I own a gym.
Sorry?
What do you guys have planned for today?
Go home and do a lot of housework.
Nice. When you get the chance, you should stop by his gym.
Yeah.
What's your gym?
So I own a gym here in Pembroke Pines. It's on Sheridan, about 10 minutes away. I work with kids and adults.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I would love to. Could I get your phone number and give you a cool sticker? Yeah, maybe I don't know if you have grandkids or something. They might like it.
Am I not old? Yeah, I am. Yes.
I don't have a. Do you mind writing her phone number?
Of course.
Um,
I'm using my phone.
It's
Oh, I have it here.
oops.
There we go.
954
Mm-hmm.
205 8286.
286.
And the name is Terry.
Terry.
And what's the name of the gym?
It's called Omnia.
Omnia.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, so if you guys want to come, do you guys work out at all? I mean, you look like you just came back from playing in the
Pickleball.
Grand Slam.
I play pickleball.
Pickleball,
Yeah.
right? I knew it. I saw the shoe. Though, like,
Yes, I like pickleball. I know go gym.
And I go to the YMCA, so.
Yeah, come by and do a free class with me.
Oh, great.
It's nice. I try to do things that make you feel good, not things that make you feel like you're gonna die.
What's the membership fee?
Kind of just depends. Like, so classes are as low as $20.
Oh.
Yeah. So
And you have spinning?
No, I teach people how to lift weights.
Okay.
Yeah. So just basic free weights, basic, stuff that's just good for your joints.
Okay.
Good for just building your strength up, and we work with things like making sure we prevent osteoporosis and
Yeah.
stuff
Very
like that. Yeah, so just come to it. I just sent you a text message. I hope I did.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you guys in. We'll do a little free class, have some fun. Keyword.
Paul.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Nice to meet you
Have a
guys.
good one. That right there is money. That right there is what I've seen and I've been told and I've seen work. Like, that connection you just made right there is equivalent to like running like 1 million ads. You just established the
For free.
exactly. Yeah, literally. You made that connection, and what I've seen, obviously it's a completely different thing. I keep referring back to the brand because that's like my experience as of now.
Mm-hmm.
People like they could go to whatever gym. But the probability of her going to your gym now to all of these gyms is a lot higher because you just established that relationship with her. You know?
Yeah.
Like, she's not just gonna want to go to any other gym now, or at least your gym's gonna be the first thing in her mind. If that,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to.
No, dude,
That was
it's
just, like, the first thing
it
that
is
popped
so
up.
true, man. It's something that I think again I've been doing a little wrong of not just like what I love to do is go out and connect with people.
Yeah.
That's like what I think I'm good at too.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't love being on the computer, sitting down, typing
I don't either,
marketing, typing emails, doing
Yep.
all this stuff. Like, I hate that. I've been doing so much of that because that's what the business world says you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But literally what you just said is I could run $1 million of paid ads and that would not hit the same as just making one,
Literally.
doing something cool, nice for somebody else, having a conversation,
Yep.
like.
And we all caught that shit on camera.
I know, right?
And we all
That's
caught that shit on
crazy.
camera. That's awesome, dog. For real.
That's sick.
What were we talking about? I'm sorry. We got off topic. Before I forget, can I get a sticker so I can place it on your
Oh, dude, yeah.
Bro, I saw you had like a bunch. I just want one.
Dude,
I
you
get
can
going.
have as many as you want, but let's see which ones I have here. So what I do actually do, right, is I
Also, I owe you an apology.
I-
I've been saying ammonia the entire time.
it is ammonia.
It is ammonia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smelling salts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So I
Because the way you pronounced it was different.
Really?
Yeah. You said it. I maybe heard it the wrong way. But I didn't hear ammonia.
Yeah.
I've been saying ammonia the entire time.
That's exactly what it is.
Thank you, bro. I'll take this one.
Yeah, dude.
Fire, dog.
So like, what I do good to do, you know, is like, so this is my sports team brand.
Fire.
It's actually, we
Yes,
redesigned it. This is old. I gotta throw this out, but
I'll gladly, bro. Can I put it on here?
this one?
Yeah.
Nah.
For real?
This is I relocated. It's not in Daytona anymore. It's
Okay.
in Las Vegas.
Oh, I feel you.
So
You don't
I
wanna,
just
like-
finished the rebrand. So I'll give you a new one once I have
Perfect.
the new stickers. But the way that I think that I'm getting to express myself since it's not on the walls at the gym.
It's through stickers.
Yeah, it's through stickers and it's through clothes. So I make clothes too. So like, yeah, I made these shirts.
Those are badass, bro.
Right, I made a shirt.
Fire, dog.
Yeah, so
you
I'll-
can sell those in the gym too.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a hat that. Nah, I didn't make this hat. Right, and you know, it's part of like, you know, we have like basically a merchandise
Yeah.
section to it all. That you know, and I'll make stuff that's just like random and fun too, like, you know, like a Jurassic Park sticker, Pokemon sticker, like, things that the kids like. And so I get to express some of the things that I can't express on the walls through that. And it kind of holds me over.
I feel you. I think you put that perfectly.
Dude,
Perfect, bro.
that's sick, bro.
Badass, bro. I
Appreciate the
that.
love, man.
For real. Let's see. What else did I want to ask you? How was like the whole process of starting the gym?
All right, so I'll tell you exactly what happened, right? COVID happens, and the deal that I had with the gym and everything, you know, like COVID happens, right?
The free
The place that I was renting
Okay.
space from and everything. So, okay, I bring all the equipment that I had to my house. So I basically set up a gym in my house, right? So it's in my backyard. It's probably like 400 square feet, you know, like just this on my patio. I put gym floor down, started doing personal training, working out there myself during
Yeah.
COVID, right? And then I was really in a bad rut because I was like, dude, I had done so much work. I had like, you know, 40 clients at this place. Great. Like,
and to start over again.
start over again, you know, like, you know, whatever. But eventually I did, you know, like got into it again somehow. And I ended up having like 60 clients in my backyard.
Oh wow! So you ended up almost the same and half of what you had.
Yeah.
I'm
Right?
gonna say double, but no, it wasn't double.
Oh, close.
Close to double.
Close,
yeah, facts.
So I basically am doing this, right? And I live in a neighborhood with an association. I got kicked out of the association
Oh.
is ticketing everybody for. I have like 10 cars parked
Yeah.
on.
The HOA.
HOA is
Was
dude.
it here in Pines?
Yeah, I was in. I live here in Pines and Silver Lakes,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So
I used to live in Pembroke Falls before. Like that was where we went from living in Pembroke Falls to being homeless.
that's crazy.
So
Pembroke Falls is nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
If there's one, I don't have any regrets. But if there's one thing I wish I would have done, I wish I would have taken advantage of that, of like that community. I didn't go
Right.
to the clubhouse.
The
enough.
clubhouse. Oh my
And
god, it's so
It's
nice.
like such small stuff. Like
You got the whole waterfall and everything. You
don't
feel like
know-
you're on vacation.
Yo, oh my god, every time. And like I mean, that's such a good thing. Like, not marketing, just like making people feel like I'm glad to live here. Like
Yeah.
driving into like the waterfall every day,
Yeah.
bro, it's awesome.
Right.
That's something like, you know, like those quotes that people just like throw around. When we left that place, that's when I actually learned like, when you don't appreciate something until you lose it.
Yeah.
It's like just stuff like that, just like events. At least personally for me, any event that like happened or whatever, I always like understand like a basic quote,
Right.
basically like that.
And
Like,
it's so true. It's like all the cliches are, you know,
they're actually
stereotypes
dead true,
are for
yes.
a reason, bro.
Yes,
Yup.
yes, bro. As corny as it sounds, they did. I saw it.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to deviate too
No,
much off
dude,
it.
100%.
So boom,
So-
you have 60 clients,
So I'm in the backyard, right?
and you're popping.
It's going great. And the association gives me a cease and desist.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to fine
So,
you
like,
$1,000 a day.
Okay.
So I had to stop, right? So I was like, man, like my goal was really to save up money and save enough money to like have a down payment on a facility and plan it out, right?
Kind of you were getting out of the water, up, get
Boom.
pulled back down.
Exactly, bro. So I'm like, bam, again. So I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I don't want to start over again. I'm going to just find a place as fast as possible and open it.
Okay.
Not fully knowing all of like the zoning restrictions, all of like how long the process actually takes to take a place from zero to open, right? Which takes anywhere from 6 months to 2 years.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
But before
Gyms are
we
easy.
continue real quick, I just wanted to see, right before COVID happened. Boom. That's like a hard time, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
So now the second hard time comes around. Does it hit as hard as the first time? The reason I ask is because that's happened to me where like something bad happened. And I'm like, oh my, how the fuck am I gonna get over this? I got over it. Then something bad happens again.
Well, so it was actually the third time that happened.
Okay.
So my first program after I told you I got in college, everything, got fit, doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I opened my first program with that gym, just technically as an employee there, but with a profit sharing contract. That gym ends up stealing like, $5,000 from me over not having things in paperwork correctly and everything. So, I'm not even that's why I don't even mention it really, like,
of course,
because technically there was no legal obligations, everything like that. The way that it worked out, nobody's wrong. Yeah. Technically. I'm like, I got screwed and then I got fired. Okay. So I had 80 kids in that program. Fuck. After that happens, then they also try to put me on a non-compete clause. But yeah, you can't do anything else in Broward County.
Oh, how?
So I go through that, basically suing them. Yeah. Right. So I started suing them and everything, and they backed off because it's like there wasn't enough grounds for that. Right. And then that's when I opened that second program that was at Driving Force.
And then I get to the 60.
And then that happens. Okay. And then COVID happens. And then I get to the 60. So this is the third time actually that like I had built up something cool that I was like really excited about, and then it hits a wall.
But by the third time it happens already,
I didn't want to start over.
Are you still getting demotivated?
I think so, but I didn't want to start over.
Okay. But you still had like that confidence, like, all right, I failed the first time, boom, I did it again. Second time, I failed, but I just did it again the first time, so I mean I could do it again the third time.
Exactly.
And the third time, all right, it happens again, but I just had all this experience. So you know what I was trying to say?
No, 100%. By the time that it hit me in the third time, I was like, okay, if I can do this 3 times, like I can do this 4 times.
I can do this.
I can do it 4 times.
Yeah.
It's gonna
That's
work.
what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, like don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like 100%, I was like, yo, don't be a bitch. Like, if you did it 3 times, you can do it 4 times, and you could do it completely on your own. Because every other time, I had basically done it with borrowing, from this person, or like renting space from this facility. I was like, all right, this one's me, all me, right? And that was the plan, at least. Because then when that happened, I didn't have enough money or credit to actually start it. So I ended up taking an investment from just private equity. And they own a percentage of the company, small percentage. It's not like there's not a lot of depth to it. It's a good partner to have. We're great friends with the family and everything like that. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Of course.
Right? So
that's what I'm going through right now.
Right.
Literally.
Right. So yeah, and I mean and so they really provided me the opportunity. Yeah. Right? But still, it's all me. In my name, everything's it's all my risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, of course, hey, he risked his money. I got to pay him back his money.
Of course. So he does have risk, but he doesn't have that much risk as you have.
Exactly. Right? Because this is what I'm doing to not only just try to invest on things. Like, no, this is what I have to live.
Exactly.
Right? Yep. So not to take away from how grateful I am, or how much that was so important to starting this project or like this 4th gym. But it's still, my mindset was like, if I did it 3 times, I'll do it 4.
Oh, 100%.
So I very fast sign a lease, like go a bunch of places, cool. Did market research and everything, so market research for the area. That's why the area you were telling me about, I was like, bro, that's solid because I've done market research there already. Banging. So the average household income in the area that I'm at.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me about the other one. I'm so sorry.
No, mine's 183.
Bro, that's amazing.
Right.
It's fucking bad.
So I was like, dude, I'm
there's
set.
money in this area, bro.
Exactly.
That is so
tons of it.
much
I'm like, yo, I'm set. Area. Right?
Yeah, bro.
So really quick, boom, get into this lease, get the keys a month later. So within a month of getting a cease and desist, I get the keys. My goal was to start out, I told everybody, hey, I'm going to pause your membership for 1 month. I'm going to collect 1 more month and then pause for a month, and then we're going to be open in the 3rd month. Yeah. Because I was like, cool, I have, whatever, we're generating almost $10,000 in sales or whatever.
Fire.
So I was like, cool, we'll start off in the green. My rent, it's $6,000.
So got $4,000 in net
boom.
profit.
I was like, bam, we're going to start off in the green right away. What unfortunately happened was all of that time for zoning and stuff took 6.5 months. So everybody, of course, has to find something to do with their kids and themselves. Yeah. So all those people that I had as clients, they all went away. So I ended up finally restarting from 0. So I did start from 0 again.
Again. Yeah. For the 4th time.
Yeah, for the 4th time, actually started from 0.
When you say zoning, what do you mean by zoning?
So zoning is like part of the city. So
like getting the approvals done.
Getting the approvals, right? Which like can take. You gotta be with the city, bro. Show up and give them coffee, for real. Show up with coffee, like, hey everybody, I brought like 10 coladas, like 15 coladas, whatever it is. Make friends at the place, right? Be really nice to everybody there. There's gonna be so many people that are there pissed off as hell about like and people with dude. There was one day I was there. There was a lady that was pregnant, bro, 7-8 months pregnant.
I think it's already out the window. She's already pregnant, so she's not operating as fast anymore.
Well, not only that, no, the AC, my air conditioning in my house doesn't work.
The lady's saying this?
Yes.
Okay.
So the window next to me, the AC in my house doesn't work, right? The city's not approving for my contractor to install a new AC in my house, and it's been 4 weeks. This lady's living in Miami 4 weeks with no AC.
And then now you're coming with trying to get zoning for your gym.
Trying to get a zoning for, and I'm like, bro, like,
what
like, I'm like, dude, like, not that anybody has bigger or worse, but the people that are working that job that
are going through this,
are getting, well, like, it's like people in customer service, it's like the most thankless job ever.
Yeah.
People are always calling, just mad at you and stuff.
Yep.
It's the same thing for the city.
Yeah.
So anybody in the city, bro, they're, of course, this guy's lazy. Oh, they're not going, whatever, bro. Like, dog, those people are helping people, like, and they're going through it, and they have people that are mad, dude. Like, rightfully so.
Yeah.
She's trying to get her AC installed, and the city's not giving her the approval, and the contractor won't put in an AC, and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So like, be nice to them. Be nice to them, bro.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at them. Don't send that. Like, don't send. Hey guys, you said that it was gonna be a week ago, and it's been 2 weeks. Like, just continuously. Hey, like, thank you so much for everything you're doing for me. Brought you guys coffee today. Is there any update on is there any update on my project right now?
Yeah.
No, there's no update. Cool, no worries. Like, but go there, show face there.
Yeah.
Because that is like, somebody will eventually notice, and so one of the guys like noticed and helped me out.
Nice.
And he was like, bro, like, yo, like, thanks so much, this and that. I'm gonna take your case personally and get it done for you.
Fire.
And it went from like 4 weeks of nothing to like 2 weeks we were done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So just again making those relationships and those connections.
Yeah, dude. Like when they say like who you know, but like who you know.
Yes.
But okay, how do you get to know people?
Exactly.
Because that's more important. Who you know is so important, for sure.
How are you gonna be able to?
How do you get to know people? Is like,
being
you know what I'm saying?
being nice,
exactly, bro. Appreciating people, everything like that,
and
giving things away, being
genuine,
and being generous, dude.
Yep.
So that one was like, it was crazy, bro. It was like a month and a half of like, and then I was like, yo, like, let's like just go and like start giving them shit.
Yeah.
Give things away for free, bro. We met because I gave you some free straps for no reason.
You see how everything everything happens for an exact reason.
Yeah.
I bet at that time, if we would have told each other, we're sitting down right here talking about a business plan for a gym, I think we would have said we have a better chance of winning the lottery. That make any sense?
Yeah, 100%.
We would have had zero clue.
Zero thought.
But literally, you out of like the kindness of your heart gave me straps, and out of the kindness of my heart, like I expressed, like, bro, these are badass straps I used. You gave them to me when I was homeless, so bro, that shit meant the fucking world.
Bro,
you didn't even know.
Bro.
You didn't even freaking know, bro. You didn't even know.
Right.
Bro, I didn't even. Oh my god.
And it's like, dude, it's like, I mean, in that moment, straps are $15.
Yeah.
You weren't paying $15 for straps. You didn't have the resources for it, maybe at the time,
Yeah.
And like something that was so easy for me just to give away.
Yeah.
Like you said, bro, like that's where I get that fulfillment, bro, because it is really just like, I want to show off stuff that I do, and I want to do stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that I'm doing is meant to help people.
That's a fact.
Like straps, they help people lift and everything. Like, I think they're cool because I made them and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see people appreciate them, but then the second where it's like that
it went outside of the strap,
way outside of just what that product is, bro, is where it's like,
the cherry on top too happened in the gym.
In the gym, bro. Gym is the best place in the world.
I'm telling you, like the gym literally saved my life, and just how it saved your life, saved countless of people's lives.
Right.
And it might even have saved, changed, impact, and it means so much more than just going to lift, meeting people, and randomly someone giving me traps. Like it means so much more.
Right?
So much more, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So boom, the two
So
coffees.
boom, happens like that and everything.
The 2 weeks you bring mad coffees.
What?
That the 2 weeks you gave them mad coffees, so they gave.
Yeah. I gave that. You're right. Exactly.
So
So right. We're showing up, like bringing some coffee and stuff like that. Bring some breakfast muffins, whatever it is, right? So do that for sure. Get that stuff sorted out. Also with like engineering, so like have an engineer. If you're working with an investment group or something that knows about construction, they'll take care of a lot of that stuff for you. That's why I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
For like being involved in that manner, because you're getting some of the things right the first time around instead of learning it the hard way, and that takes effort, you know. So like
I really like.
That's good.
I didn't know, and I'm still learning each and every single day.
Yep.
Of like new things that I didn't know.
Yeah. Dude, the engineer that we worked with the plans and everything, right? So we get the zoning. So after the zoning happens, the engineer starts to do the work, right? The engineer gives us the plans and everything. Then the city has to approve the plans, right? The engineer offered me a job in zoning and city. They have what's called expediters.
Yeah.
He's like, this was the fastest that plans have ever been approved by a business, like in the last year.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want to work for me?
Oh shit.
I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, normally we submit these plans, it's 3 to 4 weeks. It was 2 days.
Oh shit. What made the process so fast?
Once we started working with this guy, he just started handling it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Bro, like I sent him an email.
So you guys just
sent it back.
so compatible.
Bro, he loved what we were doing. I told him what we were doing. Like, yo, we're trying to open a gym for kids.
Yeah.
I told him what I was going through. I was like, yo, like I don't have any money, and I'm like trying to like get this done so I could try to like make money and stuff because I want to open this gym and everything, and I'm like really poor. And bro, he just hooked it up. Like he just immediately just boom, boom, boom. So like, I doubt that if I took that job, it would be something I was good at. Because the reason why the guy helped me was because of probably my situation and my purpose. Like my why of doing it was something that he believed in too. He's like, oh, I want to see something like that open. Like that sounds so cool. A place for kids to work out at and stuff. Like I want to help you.
Yeah.
And so, like, bro, he made it happen. So what ended up being basically 6 months could have been a year.
Yeah. But from you establishing that relationship, it happened so fast.
It happened so fast.
Damn, bro, that's fucking money.
Yeah.
That is money.
Literally.
Through the brand that I was working for, I was able to meet. The way I was able to meet with Angel, the owner of Elevation, was through his master contractor that I met from selling him clothes. It was just, I sell more clothes when I just establish like a simple relationship. Like, hey, bro, what's up? How are you doing? Compliment their fit. And they're going to talk to me. So when they talk to me, I'm obviously going to be there like in front of the table. They're going to look down and then start to shop. Whatever. Sold him a bunch of clothes. And then we're just talking. One thing led to another. I got his phone number. And I just shot him a random like, hey, bro, like, listen. I told him the story. I sent him a voice message. I sent him the business plan. And he was like, bro, I love your idea. I already love the person you are. And I think you have an amazing idea. He's a master contractor, which I didn't even know that's even a thing. He got his general contractor license at 14. Got his plumber, electrician, AC vac, and all that stuff. Like he said he's a master contractor. He has all the licenses.
Right, exactly. Yep.
He said his smallest project was the new Elevation. Last year, that was his smallest project. He worked for like a bunch of billionaires here, like within the U.S., and he can't show any of his work because he has to sign like a bunch of NDAs.
Yeah.
So like, for me, just establishing a relationship, I got in contact with someone that's so high, like, well known in like the space that I'm trying to be in.
Yeah.
That he got me the conversation with the owner of Elevation. I structured my whole business plan off of that conversation that I had with him, and from that, I was asking him like, hey, listen, I know like you work on projects that are big. Like, I mean, my first gym isn't going to be at the scale of Elevation, but I need a general contractor. I need some stuff. He's like, bro, like I love the person you are. Like I told you, I don't work on anything small, but I would be honored to work on your gym.
Hell
so
yeah.
That right there, I broke down in tears right in front of him. I was like, wow, like, and it just reinforced like me being a good person is good. Even though like people like saying like us good people like shit, like there's still good that comes out of being a good person to just anyone.
Totally. Exactly.
I didn't know this person, and now he's willing to help me with something that means like so dear to me, you know.
I gotta go in 10.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say we've been recording for an hour 20.
Really?
That was the fastest hour and a half
I gotta send a text too. All right, till next time. Peace.